Happy Friday, everyone. Today is April 1st, 2022, and these are the VA mortgage rates. If you've never seen any of my rate videos before, I'll do a quick explanation of the rate and APR. In this column, this is the advertised rate. This is the rate that everyone is usually shopping for. This advertised rate is the one that determines what your monthly payment would be and how much interest you're going to pay over the life of the loan. That's the good old advertised rate. Over here we have the annual percentage rate, or APR. The APR tells you two things. The first thing it'll tell you is if there are fees associated with this advertised rate. The higher the APR is above the advertised rate indicates more and more fees associated with that rate. When you see the rate and APR are just about the same, or they're exactly the same, that indicates there are no lender's fees and no points associated with that rate. So that's how the APR can be used to determine if, or give you an indication if there are fees associated with that advertised rate. This was developed so consumers, when shopping for a loan, can look and at a glance know if there are fees associated with that rate. The second thing the APR will let you know is which one of these rates will save you the most money over the life of the loan. Even though this one has more fees than this rate, the APR is lower than this one. That lower APR lets you know that over 30 years, this one will save you much more money. So that's how the rate and APR connection works. Also, you want to look at the disclosure section. I like to list my disclosures right next to the rates. I don't want anything camouflaged or hidden like a lot of lenders do. You need to pay attention to this because if your scenario differs from the disclosure section, your pricing may vary. For example, I use a 680 credit score. I use a 680 credit score because that's about the nationwide average. A lot of the lenders use a higher credit score because if you have a higher credit score, it makes the pricing better. But I like to reach out to the bulk of the people. I like to be realistic, and I put mine at what the average is. It's kind of a little trick a lot of lenders use. They'll use like a 740 or a 760 credit score to make their rate pricing look better. Also, you need to click on their disclosures tab because they're not going to list it prominently here on the first page like I do. But for example, let's see, I actually have one up here. If you click on like these guys, and they're not doing anything bad, they're just doing what typically everyone else does. Now that I've told you about how the rate and APR connection works, you want to always notice rate and APR so you can clearly see there's quite a bit of fees associated with the rate because the APR is significantly higher than the advertised rate. More importantly, you want to click on the disclosure section. A lot of lenders will put it off to the left or the right or somewhere at the bottom. You might even have to scroll down the page a tiny bit to see it, but you click on disclosures tab and this will show you what their pricing is based on. Like for example, a refinance loan, you'll notice, like I mentioned here, 740 score. This is not a bad thing. It's just everybody does this because it makes your pricing look better. Again, here they're basing it off a 740 score. This right here, this 55% loan to value. Also, I like to give a more realistic value. What this indicates is that the home needs to come in at a pretty high value in order to meet these terms in this disclosure section, or your pricing is going to vary. When you see something like this, it's really easy to figure out. Let me see if I can pull up a calculator here. Here we go. So you would take this 400,000 loan amount and divide that by 55, and I'll hit this percent sign and then hit equals. That means the home needs to come in at 727,000 or a little above it in order to meet the terms in that disclosure section. And if it's not valued at this much, your pricing is going to vary. Again, you need to pay attention to things like that. Don't just get happy when you see the rate, because there's typically some little trick hiding behind the scenes. All right, so again, I'm not coming down on these guys and gals. This is what pretty much everybody does, except for me at United Real Estate Capital, because I like to give it to you for real. All right, so please visit the website, our website, urecapital.com, and message us or email us or give a phone call with any questions. We're open on Saturdays and we're open late. So it's easy to reach out to us, and be happy to answer any questions. I would like to wish everyone a wonderful weekend, and let's save some money.